Fire, Water, and Atoms, connecting Greek philosophy, Epicureanism, and modern physics through hydrogen. In the search for the origins of the universe, ancient Greek philosophers turned to the world around them for clues. They observed nature, its patterns and processes, and posited bold, elemental theories. Some believed everything was made from water. Others said it was fire. These ideas, though primitive by modern scientific standards, captured essential truths about matter, transformation, and the structure of reality. When connected with later Epicurean atomism and contemporary cosmology, these early insights begin to form a surprisingly coherent narrative, one that finds a symbolic center in the hydrogen atom. Thales of Miletus, one of the first recorded philosophers in Western history, declared that the fundamental principle of all things was water. He observed its essential role in sustaining life, its various forms, solid, liquid, and vapor, and its universal presence. For Thales, water was not merely a liquid, but the underlying unity of all physical matter. Everything, he reasoned, originated from and returned to water. In contrast, Heraclitus of Ephesus saw fire as the essence of the cosmos. Fire was dynamic and transformative. He believed in a universe defined not by stasis, but by constant change, summed up in his famous phrase, "Everything flows." Fire, for Heraclitus, was the symbolic force of becoming and destruction, the energy that animated existence and revealed the divine logos behind the visible world. While their views might seem at odds, modern science offers a point of reconciliation. Hydrogen, the first element to emerge after the Big Bang, has qualities that evoke both water and fire. Chemically, hydrogen is one of the two essential components of water, H2O, making it symbolically aligned with Thales' idea. At the same time, hydrogen is highly flammable, and in the presence of oxygen, it produces an explosive reaction, a property that fits Heraclitus' fiery cosmos. Moreover, in the stars, hydrogen atoms undergo nuclear fusion, releasing vast amounts of energy and creating heavier elements, a process literally driven by fire at the atomic level. It is in hydrogen that fire and water meet. This smallest, simplest atom, one proton and one electron, captures the symbolic insights of both philosophers. It flows like water through the veins of the cosmos, yet it fuels the fire of stars. Another thread in this story comes from Epicurean philosophy, which introduced an early atomistic view of the universe. The Epicureans, following Democritus, believed that everything consists of indivisible particles, atoms, moving through the void. These atoms combined in various ways to form all the matter in the universe. Unlike other philosophical schools of the time, Epicureans rejected divine intervention in the natural world. They saw the cosmos as governed by natural laws, randomness, and necessity. Their atomism was a profound step toward a scientific worldview. Modern physics, of course, no longer sees atoms as indivisible, but the basic principle of atomic theory remains central to our understanding of the universe. Today, physicists describe how the universe began about 13.8 billion years ago with the Big Bang, a singularity from which space, time, and matter rapidly expanded. In the first microseconds, this new universe was unimaginably hot and dense, a chaotic plasma of fundamental particles like quarks, gluons, and electrons. As the universe cooled, quarks combined into protons and neutrons, which then formed the nuclei of the first atoms. After about 3 minutes, the universe had cooled enough for nuclear fusion to occur, leading to the creation of hydrogen, about 75%, helium, about 25%, and tiny traces of lithium. These elements, especially hydrogen, laid the foundation for everything that followed. Hydrogen was thus not the creator of the universe, but it was the first building block to emerge from the initial fire. Over time, clouds of hydrogen gas coalesced under gravity to form the first stars. Inside these stars, hydrogen atoms fused into helium and heavier elements, a process that continues to this day in stellar cores. In this way, hydrogen is both product and participant in the unfolding of cosmic history. This fusion process also mirrors the Epicurean view of nature, small, simple elements interacting through natural forces to create complex structures. Just as Epicureans described atoms forming worlds through random motion and collisions, modern cosmology describes hydrogen forming galaxies and stars through gravitational pull and thermonuclear fusion. No divine spark is required, just the laws of nature and time. The Epicurean rejection of superstition and their emphasis on natural causality finds resonance in today's physics. But unlike the atomism of antiquity, modern science reveals a deeper symmetry. Matter and energy are interchangeable. Particles arise from fields, and even the vacuum is teeming with quantum fluctuations. Still, at the heart of it all is hydrogen, the atom that embodies both the simplicity of Thales water and the energy of Heraclitus fire. Hydrogen's dual nature, as a constituent of water and a fuel for fire, makes it a powerful symbol for bridging ancient philosophy and modern physics. It flows through the veins of stars and through our bodies. It is both the origin and the enabler of life. It is the element where fire and water, matter and energy, and philosophy and science meet. In this way, the ancient and the modern come together. Thales saw water as the origin, Heraclitus saw fire as the force of transformation, Epicurus saw atoms as the foundation of nature. And today, science sees hydrogen as the elemental seed from which stars, planets, and eventually life emerged. The universe, in its earliest form, was not created by hydrogen, but it was indeed created with hydrogen, the first and most abundant atom, a cosmic fusion of fire and water.